Hello everybody, my name is Dr. Eva Lischka. I'm the head physician of the Buchinger Wilhelmi Clinic at Lake Constance. Why do we focus more on the waist than on the weight? When people stay in our clinic, I sometimes hear, I did not lose weight and a beautiful day is spoiled. Then I measure the waist, it is less, and a beautiful day starts. Why is the waist so important? The weight is a combination of bones, muscles, water, fat, and fill of the intestine. It does not show the distribution of fatty tissues. Here you see the different fatty tissues. Fat under the skin, you can grab it like a roll. Green on the right cross-section of the body. It has a normal metabolism. The fat inside, the so-called visceral or abdominal fat, has a total different metabolism. It is underneath the abdominal muscles, colored in red. On the right picture you see it marked in yellow, around the intestine and organs like liver and spleen. You can now understand that liposuction can only reach the fat under the skin and not the fat inside. Like a hormonal gland, this visceral fat produces over 700 different messenger substances. We need them all, but in the proper concentration. For example, when the abdominal fat grows, the substance 𝗵𝘃𝗲𝗄𝗃 is increasing as well. It is important for our blood pressure. We need it. Otherwise, we would collapse. When it is too high, it causes arterial hypertension. The patient attends his doctor and he says, I give you a pill to block 𝗵𝘃𝗲𝗄𝗃. But the other 699 substances which ran out of control are not influenced. The fatty acids from excessive abdominal fat might block the receptor for insulin. This receptor is important for opening the cell that sugar can come inside. The cell needs it for its energy. When the receptor is blocked, we call it insulin resistance. That the sugar is still high in the blood is a signal for the pancreas to produce more insulin. Then both are high in the blood, insulin and sugar. And this is, on the long run, the way to diabetes. Also, the metabolism for cholesterol is disturbed. When abdominal fat grows more and more, fat cells get too big and die. This attracts immune cells from the streaming blood. They swallow these cells. We can see it in the electron microscope. And they produce messenger substances causing inflammation, which can spread all over the body. And where there is a weak point, like sinus, joints, arteries, inflammation might occur. We call it silent inflammation because you might not have fever, swelling, or pain. Even for cancer growing, silent inflammation plays a role. Obese people have up to 3 times more risk for certain kinds of cancer, like breast, prostate, ovary, and so on. Unfortunately, abdominal fat causes also fatigue and depression. This is a catastrophe because it prevents people from exercising and they gain weight more and more. Normally, for each of these diseases, the doctor will prescribe a medication up to a full pill box. Medical studies show that fasting reduces the abdominal fat first. It is provided as a storage for energy for bad times, like crop failure, famine, war, and catastrophes. During the Second World War in Germany, nearly no heart attack, diabetes and gout occurred. In our big study, including more than 1,400 patients, we could verify that fasting is safe, reduces waste, harmonizes blood pressure with less or no medication afterwards. The lipid profile improves, especially the dangerous small dense LDL are reduced. The insulin receptors get sensitive again with less or no diabetes medication afterwards. Inflammation is reduced, people have less pain. And very important, the emotional well-being improves because serotonin, our hormone for happiness, is more effective. This is crucial for changing lifestyle back home. For a long time we know that caloric restriction prolongs life and health. And now we can explain this with autophagy. In 2016, Yoshinori Ohsumi was laureated with the Nobel Prize for these studies. When in the cell proteins are folded in a wrong way, mitochondria, the little organs which produce our energy, are not functioning well anymore, the cell is able to put a skinlet around this cell trash and put some enzymes inside. The trash is cut into little pieces which are released into the cell again, and the cell can produce new active substances from that. Fresh new mitochondria produce sufficient energy. This might explain the energy booster after fasting. The main causes of death are nowadays diseases of heart and circulation and cancer. And I hope that you understand now that they are related to oversized waist. Therefore, our patients get a tape measure as a present in order to check back home. As a matter of fact, fasting is the most genius and intelligent way for prevention and therapy to live a healthy life and avoid a full pillbox. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to learn more about fasting in our clinics, then follow our channel and see you next time. Bye bye.